Blessings and welcome to my sacred space once again. Today I'm here with the My Maze Oracle deck and we're going to do a pick a card reading. So I'll be choosing 3 cards from the deck and I'm going to ask you to choose one of those cards, and then I'll be doing readings for each of those cards and you can decide which message is for you and if it relates to you. So I'll be placing 3 cards down. First I'll be cutting the deck. I'll be placing 3 cards down. I feel like all 3 are actually rested at the top of the deck. So just take a moment and choose one of these 3 cards. I'll be doing a reading for each shortly. So before I flip them, just decide if you need to pause right now. Please pause the screen because I'm going to flip off the cards. So here we go. So number 17, number 46, and number 3. So let's start with the first reading, number 17, which happens to be the card Hand in Hand. So I'll bring this closer that you can see. Hand in hand. You see 2 hands interlocked together. And the guidebook says, a fruitful, strong union, not necessarily romantic, but also friendly and partner one. Support, encourage, trust, mutual understanding between people. People are connected by common cause and ideas. It may tell you about the fact that you have an assistant associate with whom you go hand in hand. So when you see this, this is talking about a partnership of such, and it doesn't necessarily mean a romantic partnership as it says. It's talking about any partnership or any agreement between you and other persons in your life, whether they be a spouse, a friend, a co-worker, or just someone that you're doing business with. So it could be a client, it could be your boss, it could be a customer, but basically someone that you are seeing or have a routine relationship with, and there is some mutual agreement and some partnership that is taking place. And this is letting you know that it's in fact a strong one. So there may be someone in your life that is beneficial for you to be friends with or for you to work with, for both you and for them. And this is letting you know, seek out that individual and try to create and strengthen that partnership with that individual, that in fact you can reap the full rewards of the union between you and this individual, and that they can be bountiful as well. So don't just look at relationships where you're taking, but look at the relationships where you're giving and see what you're giving to others and what is truly beneficial in those relationships to them. So there is some strong union that has occurred or is on the precipice of occurring. So if you don't think of anyone or can't think of anyone coming to mind that you have such a partnership with, perhaps that person is now entering your life. So look out for that partnership. Look out for that person that you're going to have that union with, that you're going to have a relationship that is beneficial to both you and them. So be on the lookout for that merger. If it's in terms of business, it may in fact be a merger. So it may be your business having some relation or franchise or whatnot with another business. So this is also a card that is symbolic of mergers perhaps happening in the business world. And it's letting you know that it will be a fruitful one. It's going to be a positive one. There's a strong union. There's a strong symbiosis between the 2 parts of this that are happening and that are coming together. And it's a hand-in-hand arrangement. So look out for those arrangements, whether they be in your love life and it's a relationship, or it could be platonic, or it could be in business. So just look out for that strong union. And the second card, number 46, is Boomerang. So this is a boomerang that's being thrown here. And the guidebook says, if you have done good, you will receive good. If you have done evil, you will receive evil. The card may act as a warning that your current actions will still affect your future in the most unexpected way. Negative neighboring cards may mean retribution from someone you have offended. So this is very similar to karma cards. This is very similar to, you know, as above, so below. What happens or what you put out in the universe, you will in fact receive. So this isn't necessarily a bad card, As it says, if you have been ill or have been bad or unprofessional towards certain people, perhaps that's something negative that's coming back to you. But the opposite is still true. If you've put a lot of good out into the world recently, this card is letting you know that good is on its way back to you. So basically, anything that you've been putting out in the world, whether it be positive or negative, that is on its way back to you. So you're either going to benefit from positive actions that you've been making recently, or you're going to suffer from negative actions that you've been doing recently. So this is either a blessing is about to enter your life or a curse is about to enter your life. Either way, is a card of reflection. If negative things are happening to you, perhaps this is a moment for you to look and wonder what negative things you're doing. So what negativity are you putting into the world unknowingly? Because we're not always aware sometimes of the people that we're hurting. So if you realize that you are receiving negative things, perhaps this is a time for you to reflect on your actions and to really see what you can do that you can reap more positive rewards from this boomerang card. So think of it as karma, whether it's good karma or bad karma, depends on what you have been putting into the world. And the last card, 3. And this card right here we have is the ship. And this represents movement, dynamics, and development. Quick change of circumstances, trips, journeys, business trips. Aspiration to the goal in spite of all obstacles, maneuvering in a stormy ocean of events. So this is really a movement card. This is letting you know that perhaps a trip is on the horizon, whether it be a holiday trip, vacation trip, business trip, something is happening. There's some movement that is occurring. It could also mean that there's going to be movement in your life. So you might be physically moving from one place to another, or you could be changing professions, changing jobs, or perhaps there is a more spiritual movement. Perhaps you've started a new course, whether it's meditative course, or it could be through school. The point is there is some change or some movement that's happening in your life. And if you can't necessarily identify what that movement could be, perhaps it hasn't happened yet, but it's about to happen. So this is really preparing you for movement and for something change and travel being on the horizon. It might seem quick. Sometimes we don't like things that are unexpected. So your reaction might be, oh no, why change? But this card is letting you know that it is not necessarily a bad thing. This change could be good, what's happening. So look for the positive parts of this change. Notice that the ship is in fact sailing on the water. So even though the water seems a bit rough, the ship is weathering the storm. So it's letting you know that you do have the potential to weather the change, to weather the storm, to weather the things in your life that are about to be different or about to concise of some sort of movement. So it's letting you know that, you know, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it on the rough seas. And they might not necessarily be rough. They could be just excitement. It could be a lot of emotion, because as we know, water in cards usually represents the emotion. So it could be a very emotional movement that's happening for you, and you could be flooded with a lot of different emotions: excitement, happiness, joy, anticipation, anxiety. So just letting you know that this movement is happening and to be prepared for it. So just prepare yourself as much as you can, that you will in fact be able to reap the greatest reward from these changes. So these were your 3 cards today from the pick a card. So hand in hand, boomerang, and ship. I do hope that this message was able to help you somewhat. I hope that you were able to feel some type of positivity, love, and some sort of calm, or perhaps knowing from hearing the messages today. I'd like to hear your own interpretations of the cards, what you think of these readings, and please just tell me all of your comments. I love reading everyone's comments. So please be sure to comment if you like these readings and my page. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow, like, hit that notification button and whatnot. As always, thank you once again for joining me in my sacred space. I truly appreciate you being here. Thank you and blessings.